This week on TGC News, a new 10mm 1911, a new signature rifle from SIG, and a bunch of new stuff from GunCon. Here we go. By now, you guys have all seen our signature blend with Blackout Coffee called Tenacity. This is a low acidity, high flavor, high caffeine. You guys are gonna love this. It's got a little extra jolt of caffeine in there. This is a great roast for you guys that love good coffee without all that acid. Blackout now also has stuff from GOA and FPC. This is a great option if you want to support those two different groups. Any of those blends will do you good. Anything from Blackout is good. There's a link in the description to get you a discount. They're always running sales. Check the link. Go use our code. It's going to be awesome. Check out Tenacity or the Pro Gun Blends. That's what I'm calling them. That's not what they call them. We would really appreciate it if you guys supported them because they support us, and that enables us to keep making videos for you guys. You know what the best part of waking up is? Is Blackout Coffee in your cup. Yeah, I stole that. Welcome back to another episode of the Gun Collective News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Hello. Welcome back. I am happy to be back after GunCon. I have to, absolutely have to, say a huge thank you to everyone that came out to GunCon this year. We had a ton of people show up. This is our first show back, and GunCon was our first time doing that, and I just want to say thank you to all of you that made it. That was awesome. It was a fantastic event. We seriously appreciate the support from the attendees and the industry as a whole. That event was great. That being said, there were some products that we got to try out at GunCon Media Day that were either brand new or very close to it. So let's start this week's show off with a bit of GunCon new product recap thing. I don't know. First, one from our friends at Law Tactical called the ERIC, or AR Internal Carrier. This one has been a long time in development, but I suppose rather than making the consumer a guinea pig for testing, they actually made the product right before releasing it. So, what is it? Well, it comes from a need created by their flagship product, the Law Tactical Folding Adapter. That allows an AR-15 to have a folding stock. However, when folded around, you can't fire more than one round out of the gun. You would previously have to fold the stock back to its normal position, and then cycle the spent case out of the gun, and then you could fire as normal. Well, now with the ERIC, that's not needed. The front of the bolt carrier is sort of detached from the rear, and using two guide rods with springs, it can slide back and forth as a normal carrier would. The rear of the contraption has a synthetic buffer material to help recoil mitigation. Having actually shot with this thing, I didn't notice much of a difference in recoil impulse. You know, it's kind of like maybe it'll feel like a lot more, maybe it won't. I didn't notice it. It really is a neat product that makes using their folding adapter a lot more functional. However, it's not free. The price is not officially set yet, but they tell me it will land between $300 and $400. So let's say $350 if we're kind of estimating. That plus roughly $280 for the folding adapter is a price bump to your rifle of about $630. That's not cheap. However, if you look at the price of rifles that come with that feature already, firing while folded, you are looking at a price bump anyway. Like, that's just a thing. I'd love to get your thoughts on this one, guys. Sound off down in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts. Is this a functional thing? Would you buy one? Do you have the folding adapter? Let's hear it. Next up, we have another unique one, this time from DRD Tactical, called the Sub 6. And yes, it fires while folded. The idea here is that it's an ultra lightweight rifle that blends features from an AK and the AR platform. The bolt carrier rides on rails inside the receiver. It's a smaller thing, so of course you can fire while folded. There's an adjustable gas block. It's mostly aluminum with steel reinforcements where needed, and it comes in a bunch of neat colors. And oh yeah, the gun weighs under 6 pounds, sub 6, duh. So essentially a lightweight piston-driven AR-15. Can't be mad about that. It's also a pretty nice shooter. We really enjoyed it, despite their demo prototype thing having a broken trigger. The price tag for the Sub 6 lands at $2,350 US. Moving on from there, arguably one of the biggest hits at GunCon Media Range Day was the Trigger Interactive Target System. I'll try to condense this as much as I can because it's a bit complicated with all of the possibilities here. So essentially you have these flag units that mount to the back of steel targets, and combined with the control hub and the app, you can create custom shooting scenarios that can be tweaked for all kinds of stuff. For instance, at GunCon Media Day, we were all competing against each other for the fastest time to hit 10 targets that randomly popped up. The little flag would rotate around, you'd shoot that target on a set of 4 physical targets. And when they popped up, you shoot it, it knows that you hit it, and it drops the flag, counts that score, your reaction time, etc. from when it presents it. That's only one type of scenario. Like I said, the possibilities with the signal repeaters and different targets and different hit amounts and app customization, it gets pretty wild. The pricing for a base pack, which is just a control unit and a single target attachment and the small bits and bobs that's needed, it's $399 for that. The system can be added to and adapted with more targets and repeaters and blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. It's pretty slick overall. We have a full video on GunCon Range Day coming, so stay tuned for that. You will see it in action. Beyond that stuff, we have some other new products that were not at GunCon that we have to share with you guys. That's what this is all about. New stuff. Sig Sauer has released a new version of the M400 rifle called the DH3. It's named after Daniel Horner, a member of Team Sig and a world champion 3-gunner. This dude is a shooter through and through. The rifle is one that has been in testing for a long time and actually won with a fair amount. So with that in mind, the signature model likely won't suck. For specs, it's got a 16-inch 223 Wild stainless barrel with a 3-chamber break on the end. The trigger is a Daniel Horner signature 2-stage unit from Timney. The stock is either a rebranded TAC mod unit or a straight-up rip-off thereof. It looks a lot like it. I don't know if they're licensing it, but that would suck if they ripped that off. It also has a slim M-LOK handguard and comes in a gray finish overall. The gun seems decent enough with those parts. A DMR or 3-gun style rifle with a nice trigger is not a new concept, but this could be a nice version of that concept. That said, SIG doesn't put pricing on their site, as per usual, so we will rag them again. The MSRP on the M400 DH3 is 1,000 pounds of once-fired brass. I don't know why SIG is collecting that. Maybe they're going to reload it. I don't know. You know what I hate? When big tech companies try to stop me from running my online gun business. They're always taking me down or cutting off my payment processing. Oh, and not to mention that every time I turn around, I have to pay for a plug-in just to do something simple. Make Ready Arms doesn't do any of that crap. They are the most customizable, gun-friendly e-commerce around. They have 18 templates to choose from for your website, and the other guys, you're stuck with one. And then on top of that, you get hundreds of plugins included in the plans, and they keep adding them at no additional cost to you. They have unparalleled automation and customization. You can finally integrate that FFL finder you've been wanting to do and link straight to the biggest distributors around to have a complete start-to-finish, gun-friendly e-commerce solution. The peace of mind that big tech isn't going to take you down at any second is also unparalleled. To get 10% off your first month, go over to MakeReadyArms.com and use our code TGC10. Rolling forward some more, Wilson Combat has another new one in their EDC lineup. It's called the EDC X9 3¼ and it's the smallest X9 in the lineup. Not to be confused with the SFX9, which is essentially the same gun with the grips machined into the frame. This one has a more contoured feel to it because it uses grip panels on the outside instead of being machined in. It also, of course, comes with a 3¼ inch barrel and 15 round mag, so short slide, longer grip situation. It also has a blacked out rear sight, fiber optic front, fluted hand fit match barrel, and of course their DLC coating they use on all of those. And otherwise, it shares all the same characteristics with the larger EDC X9 models, which are fantastic guns. I love shooting them. The pricing for these is not cheap, as you might expect for a hand-fitted gun. It's $31.45 for the standard model and $50 more if you want an ambi safety.
And rounding out new products this week is one from TGC USA. It's called the D10. And essentially, it's a 10mm 1911. It has a 5-inch hammer forged barrel, serrations on the front and rear of the slide, target style rear sight with a blacked out front, checkering on the front and rear straps of the grip, and G10 grip panels. There are a few other little bits to it that kind of are insignificant because 1911, yeah, they're pretty much the same. MSRP lands at $800. That puts it right on par with some of the other entry-level 10mm 1911s like Rock Island guns. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure that I would trust TGC over Rock Island. However, without having shot either one of them, I want to know what you guys think about this stuff. I know somebody out there has these. Let us know in the comments which product that we've covered so far in this show was your favorite, which is your least favorite. Sound off in the comments, clickety-clack, typety-type, and that's how we do it. Also, before I forget to tell you guys about it, there is a new channel that I've made that has nothing to do with guns and everything to do with van life, traveling, and living life. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you will have already seen something like this. There is a link in the description, so please go over there and get subscribed. It would be much appreciated. And I guess that's it this week, guys. If you enjoyed this show and you want to see an ad-free version, you don't like the promos, you don't like the ads, you don't like YouTube, check us out on floatplane.com. And after you click the like button on this video, it's a button, right? It's a button, hit it. Be sure to hit the affiliate links in the description. That would be a massive help for us. And of course, don't forget to get subscribed for more gun news every week. As always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.
Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.